8 subtle signs that prove you possess extraordinary inner strength. Hello everyone, especially those who are on a journey to find inner peace and strength. Welcome to the Path to Self-Realization, a YouTube channel dedicated to sharing profound philosophies that help us live more meaningfully and resiliently, particularly in the later years of life. If you are searching for a space to reflect on life, your values, and your true self, you have come to the right place. When we talk about strength, many people imagine toughness, invincibility, and an unyielding spirit. However, the truth is that strength is not always obvious or easy to recognize. Sometimes, it hides in moments of silence, in perseverance, in the way we face challenges without seeking validation or recognition. Have you ever questioned whether you are truly strong? Perhaps you feel like you are merely getting through each day, that you are not as resilient as others. But here's some good news for you. Your strength has always been there, deep within you, whether you realize it or not. True strength is not always about grand gestures or great victories. It lies in the moments when you choose to stand up after every fall. In the quiet persistence you demonstrate each day. Do not wait for someone else to acknowledge your strength, because your determination is the clearest proof of your inner power. Let me take you on a journey to uncover these subtle yet powerful signs that might just make you realize that you have been far stronger than you ever thought. The silent strength within you. Many people believe that strength only appears when we shine, take bold actions, or accomplish something great, but in reality, true strength often lies beneath the surface. It is the ability to stand firm in adversity, to remain calm in the storm, and to rise even when the world seems to be against you. You may have carried this strength within you for a long time without realizing it. Because it does not need to be displayed. It manifests in small, quiet decisions, the moments when you tell yourself to keep going. No matter how exhausted you feel, strength is not a fleeting burst of energy, it is the resilience that endures. The unshakable spirit that refuses to surrender to hardship. From a psychological perspective, this inner strength is closely tied to emotional regulation and a resilient mindset. When faced with difficulties, the human brain typically reacts with one of 3 survival responses: fight, flight, or freeze. However, those with true inner power choose a 4th option: adaptation. They do not let themselves be consumed by instinctive reactions but instead learn to accept reality, maintain composure, and find a way forward. Imagine an elderly person, facing the solitude of their later years as their children have grown and life is no longer the same. There are moments of loneliness, yet instead of allowing sadness to consume them, they find joy in simple things: reading a book, chatting with neighbors, tending to a small garden. This is more than just routine, it is a demonstration of inner strength, an ability to adapt and keep their spirit intact. Real strength does not lie in how you react during dramatic moments but in your ability to remain steadfast in the quietest, most solitary times, when no one is watching. It is found in self-mastery, patience, and the ability to cultivate peace within yourself, qualities that define extraordinary inner strength. Picture a man in his 70s, sitting quietly in his small home, tending to a lush green garden. He is not just growing plants, he is nurturing his soul. The vibrant flowers blooming in the morning sun, the fresh rows of vegetables flourishing after the rain, all reflect his spirit, patient, persistent, and ever-growing despite life's trials. Few know that there was once a time when this house was filled with the laughter of the woman he loved. But as time passed, life took everything away, leaving him with only deep memories. In the late afternoons, as the golden sunset casts a warm glow over the garden, he sits on the porch, sipping tea, listening to the wind rustling through the leaves. He does not lament his past nor seek pity. He faces life with quiet acceptance, letting each day unfold like a gentle melody of gratitude and peace. His strength does not lie in bold declarations but in his unwavering perseverance. It is reflected in the way he carefully tends to each plant, nurtures every bloom, as if tending to his own soul. This is silent strength. It does not need to be displayed or witnessed. It simply exists, enduring and moving forward with a heart full of tranquility and steadfastness. The world often glorifies grand victories and visible triumphs. But in reality, strength is measured in the quiet persistence, in the ability to keep going even when no one is watching. You do not need to prove your strength, you simply need to live with unwavering determination. With a heart that refuses to yield. That is true resilience. Resilience in the face of adversity. True strength does not reveal itself when everything is going smoothly but emerges when challenges arise. Difficult moments serve as a mirror, reflecting the character and resilience of each individual. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, it is about confronting it, moving through it, and continuing forward. It is the ability to remain calm in the face of adversity. To stand unwavering even when life seems to test you to your limits. Have you ever wondered why some people stand strong despite countless hardships, while others crumble under pressure? The difference lies in mindset. Strong individuals do not see adversity as the end but as an essential part of their journey. They understand that every challenge is not a roadblock but a stepping stone that helps them rise higher. Like an oak tree, the more it is battered by storms, the deeper its roots grow into the earth, making it even stronger. Imagine a single mother raising her child alone after the passing of her husband. She does not have the luxury of giving up because behind her is a little one who needs a home, security, and love. Every morning, she wakes up early, working tirelessly to provide for her child's education and well-being. There are nights when she sits by the window, silently shedding tears from exhaustion. But when morning comes, she gathers herself, puts on a smile, and carries on. When her child asks, "Mom, are you tired?" she simply smiles and continues. That is true resilience, not loud, not seeking recognition, but stronger than anything else. Resilience is not about becoming numb to pain, but about facing it without being consumed by it. It is about experiencing the deepest struggles of life and still finding a way to rise, not because you are immune to suffering, but because you understand that pain is also a part of growth. There will be days when life feels unbearably heavy, when you feel like giving in to the weight of your burdens. But in those very moments, when you choose to take even the smallest step forward, you prove the strength that lies within you. A resilient person is not someone who never falls, but someone who, after every fall, gets back up again. They do not let adversity define them. Instead, they transform it into the fuel that drives them forward. Because they know that, like a fierce storm, every hardship will eventually pass, and when the storm is over, they will emerge stronger than ever before. Mastering your emotions. One of the clearest signs of inner strength is the ability to control emotions. Especially in moments of heightened tension, many people mistakenly believe that suppressing emotions is a sign of strength. But in reality, that is not the case. Mastering emotions does not mean denying or repressing them. Rather, it means understanding and guiding them so that your reactions are not dictated by fleeting anger or panic. In psychology, emotional control is a fundamental aspect of emotional intelligence. It enables individuals to recognize their emotions, understand their origins, and respond rationally instead of impulsively. Those with true inner strength do not allow themselves to be swept away by negative emotions. They know when to pause, take a deep breath, and give themselves time to think before taking action. They understand that a decision made in anger can damage relationships, and a reaction driven by panic can escalate a situation beyond control. Imagine a father facing a heated argument with his child. The child raises their voice, perhaps out of frustration or hurt. A reactionary outburst from the father, a harsh reprimand or a moment of lost temper, could create distance and cause deep emotional wounds. But a truly strong father chooses to breathe, to listen, and to respond with understanding, because he knows that real strength is not about controlling others but about mastering himself. From a philosophical perspective, mastering emotions is equivalent to mastering oneself. Those who possess true strength do not allow external circumstances to dictate their mood or their life. They understand that emotions are a natural part of being human, but if left unchecked, they can become a double-edged sword, shaping actions and defining destiny. A moment of uncontrolled anger can break a relationship, an invisible fear can prevent personal growth, and prolonged anxiety can trap the mind in darkness. Picture an 80-year-old man who once dedicated his life to carpentry, crafting wooden masterpieces, tables, doors, small bridges in his village. Now, his hands are no longer as strong as they once were. But in his heart, He remains the craftsman of his memories and patience. Every day, he sits quietly on his porch, holding a small piece of wood, carefully carving its edges, slowly, without haste. Others might think he is merely passing the time, but in reality, he is continuing the lifelong work of refining, not just the wood, but himself, piece by piece. As the sun sets, casting golden light over his weathered face, he looks at the piece of wood in his hands, as if seeing his own life, marked with deep scars yet refined with intricate details that only time could carve. He does not lament aging, nor does he dwell on what has been lost. He simply smiles, knowing that true value does not lie in what has been taken away but in the meaning one continues to create from what remains. This is silent strength. It does not seek validation, does not demand recognition. It simply exists, adapts, and continues shaping life in the most beautiful way possible. When you learn to master your emotions, you not only protect your own peace but also radiate positive energy to those around you. A person with true inner strength does not need to forcefully prove it. They are the ones who walk through life's storms with an unshaken heart, standing firm even when everything around them seems to collapse. They do not drift with the waves, because they are not the wave. They are the deep, unshakable ocean. So the next time you find yourself in a situation that tempts you to explode, remember this: true strength is not measured by how loud you can shout, but by how calm you can remain. The strength of compassion. Compassion is not just a noble virtue, it is a profound expression of inner strength. A truly strong person is not someone who merely fights against the world but someone who stands firm enough to extend a helping hand to those in need. To love, to empathize, and to give, even when facing one's own struggles, requires an immense amount of inner resilience. In a world where success is often measured by personal achievements and self-interest takes priority, helping others without expecting anything in return is an extraordinary form of strength. It is not the action of a weak person but the mark of a steadfast soul, one whose heart remains untouched by selfishness and calculation. Imagine an elderly street cleaner working through the quiet night streets. He does not merely sweep away trash, he picks up broken glass to prevent others from getting hurt, places lost belongings back on park benches in case someone returns for them. He does not seek gratitude, nor does he expect recognition. To him, these small acts are not obligations but choices, because he understands that even the smallest gesture can create a profound impact. This is compassion, silent yet powerful, unspoken yet deeply transformative. Compassion is not pity or submission. It is understanding and empathy that come from the maturity of the soul. Those who possess true compassion do not help others to prove something. They do so because they recognize the invisible thread that connects all human beings. When you choose kindness over judgment, when you choose to reach out instead of turning away, you are displaying real strength, a strength that has the power to spread and transform the world. The strength of letting go. There are times when true strength is not about holding on but having the courage to let go. We often believe that perseverance is the right path, but is everything truly worth clinging to forever? Letting go is not failure, it is a conscious choice, the wisdom to recognize when a relationship, a job, or a situation no longer serves our growth. Letting go requires great courage, as humans naturally fear change, the loss of familiarity, and the uncertainty of the unknown. But have you ever asked yourself, what is truly more frightening, the pain of letting go or the torment of staying trapped in a reality that no longer brings joy? More often than not, we don't hold on because something is still valuable, but because we are not yet ready to accept that it no longer fits. Like a traveler clutching an old compass, knowing deep down that it no longer points in the right direction. They hold onto it, not because it is still useful, but because they fear admitting that they are lost. Life is an ever-flowing stream, and only when we open our hearts to change can we truly find what aligns with us. Letting go is not giving up, it is understanding that some things are only meant to accompany us for part of the journey. And there comes a time to release them to make space for better things. If you have the courage to walk away from what no longer nourishes your soul, you are displaying a rare strength, the strength of freedom, self-respect, and unwavering trust in yourself. A bird can only soar high when it leaves its cage. A river can only reach the vast ocean when it dares to navigate through turbulent waters. But not everyone is willing to open the cage door. And not everyone dares to face the rapids. Some choose to stay in the comfort of familiarity, even when they know it is slowly eroding them. Imagine a musician who has spent a lifetime playing on an old, worn-out instrument. Music is his soul, but the instrument can no longer hold its tune. He knows it is time for a new one. Yet his hands hesitate to part with the object that has been a part of him for so many years. One day, he gently places the old instrument in the corner, cherishing it one last time before opening the case of a brand new one. As the first notes fill the air, he realizes that letting go is not about forgetting, it is about making space for a new melody to emerge in life. Letting go is not about giving up but about recognizing when something has fulfilled its purpose in our lives. It is not a sign of weakness but a testament to growth. When we release what no longer nurtures our soul, we do not lose, in fact, we create room for something far more meaningful to enter. Imagine a potter carefully shaping a ceramic vase, pouring his skill and dedication into its creation. But as the kiln fire burns, a tiny crack appears in the clay. He has two choices: cling to it and attempt to fix what is already flawed, or accept it as part of the learning process and create something new. A true craftsman understands that sometimes, breaking apart what is imperfect is the only way to build something greater. From a philosophical perspective, letting go is the ultimate lesson of impermanence. Nothing lasts forever, everything changes. And everyone comes and goes in our lives. When we learn to release what no longer fits, we are not losing, we are making space for something greater to enter. Do you have the strength to walk away from what is silently draining your energy? To step out of relationships that no longer bring joy, despite the comfort of familiarity? To let go of the negative thoughts that have imprisoned your mind for years? If so, you possess one of the greatest forms of strength, the power of freedom, self-mastery, and above all, deep self-love. Middle age is not just a time for stability, it is also a time to reevaluate what truly matters. Have you ever questioned, am I holding on to something that no longer makes me happy, simply because I fear change? Am I truly living, or just existing in old habits? Life is too short to remain trapped in things that no longer align with who we are. People often say, the tighter you hold on, the more it hurts. The more you let go, the lighter you feel. But letting go is not loss, it is liberation from invisible chains. It could be a relationship that no longer brings happiness, a job that no longer inspires, or even outdated beliefs that weigh down your soul. Ask yourself this: if today were the last day of your life, would you still want to hold on to what you're clinging to now? Middle age is not the final chapter of the journey, it is the doorway to a new beginning. And that new chapter can be filled with meaning if you have the courage to step forward. Ask yourself, what is truly worth dedicating the rest of my life to? And more importantly, are you willing to let go of what no longer belongs to you in order to embrace a more fulfilling future? Conclusion. True strength needs no validation. In the end, strength is not something that can be measured by praise or the admiration of others. It does not reside in grand declarations or dazzling victories but in the quiet resilience you demonstrate every day. True strength does not need an audience, it is present in every moment you choose to face adversity. To keep moving forward even when no one is cheering for you. You may carry an extraordinary inner power without even realizing it. It is there when you wake up each morning, even when you know the day ahead will not be easy. It is there when you continue to love, even after experiencing deep wounds. It is there when you walk your path in solitude, even when the journey feels lonely. True strength is not found in noise or spectacle but in perseverance, the quiet patience to withstand life's hardships without breaking. Steadfastness does not need to be proven, for its true value lies in the way you choose to live each day. You do not need anyone to acknowledge your strength, only the certainty within yourself that you have faced, endured, and continued. So live with that unwavering spirit. For true strength does not seek validation, it only asks that you recognize it within yourself, waiting to be awakened and used in the most meaningful way. You may already possess an immense strength you have yet to recognize. It is not found in moments of grand triumph or in the applause of others. True strength lies in the quiet persistence of everyday life, when you open your eyes each morning, knowing the challenges ahead, yet you still rise. It is in the compassion you hold on to, Even after life has tried to harden you, it is in your ability to keep believing in goodness. Even when the world seems devoid of light, there will be days when you feel as though you are walking alone, unseen and unacknowledged, but it is precisely in these silent steps that your incredible inner power is most evident. True strength does not exist in loud proclamations or external displays. It is found in the unwavering persistence to keep going, in the courage to live fully despite life's trials. And remember, whether or not anyone sees it, whether or not anyone acknowledges it, you are strong, because your very existence, your persistence, is undeniable proof of it. So never seek validation for your strength. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. The mere act of continuing, of facing life head-on with an unshaken heart, is already the greatest testament to your power. True strength does not need recognition, it only needs you to realize that it has always been within you.